So, you've been playing Phasmophobia with your friends, and now that you don't have to change your pants every job contract, you're ready to skill up, huh? Sweet. Well, in today's video, we will go over 10 tips that will make you instantly improve at the game. If not, you can check out my beginner's guide to get caught up on the basics in just 4 minutes. And I've also created a handy dandy quick sheet you can keep open on a separate screen that shows the ghost combinations for evidence and the questions you can ask a ghost. You'll find this link down below. Tip number 1, locating the ghost. Before bringing out the heavy equipment, you'll first want to find where the ghost is haunting at the location. I found it best to have everyone sweep with EMF readers and thermometers to find activity, as these are the most consistent when you're looking for ghosts. Listen for footsteps and pay attention to minor activity like light switches being flipped, doors opening or closing, phones ringing, or objects moving. Once located, then start setting up your equipment in the right area, as this is what you're going to want to record. Tip number 2, armed and ready. Equipment can be placed on the floor or countertop while activated and will still work. This includes EMF readers, spirit boxes, or UV flashlights, for example. I recommend taking advantage of this by placing multiple spirit boxes and EMF readers around the room to catch ghost activity as the ghost roams about. Leaving EMF readers on and scattered around will give you an early warning sign when the ghost is starting to become active. It's also a good idea to place UV flashlights or glow sticks near salt piles, so you'll be able to see the footprints immediately without needing to hold the UV flashlight in your hand. Tip number 3, just a dash. Salt is used to track ghost movement and should be used sparingly. Note that footprints are not the same as fingerprints for evidence. If the ghost walks through even just an edge of a salt pile, they will start to leave footprints, which means you should spread out your salt piles rather than bunch them up in one place. I like to have a single salt pile in choke points like doorways that enter or exit the ghost's location and stairways. Tip number 4, hear no evil. When a ghost goes into hunting phase, they will patrol the location and attempt to find victims. To avoid being a victim yourself, you need to become invisible. Find a hiding spot, preferably in a closet or locker, but also do not make any noise or speak. The sneakier you can be, the safer you will be. Wait until the attack is over before speaking or making any noise. Facing the ground can help with some ghost types as well. You can check to see if the attack is over by toggling your radio, as radios will give off persistent static noise during a ghost hunting phase, but then will disappear when the hunting phase is over. Tip number 5, favors the brave. Most evidence is best gathered during a ghost event or an attack. Just because you haven't gotten an EMF spike, ghostwriting in a book, or a spirit box response does not mean you can rule it out as possible evidence. Wait for ghost activity to check for evidence, or even better, check during an attack. Some ghosts are stingy and will only give evidence during these peak moments. You'll even want to have someone checking for ghost orbs during an attack on video feed. Tip number 6, in thy name. The easiest way to piss off a ghost is using its name. Thus, it is a useful tool in identifying the ghost. However, I recommend not using the name initially until you are struggling to find evidence and you need to heighten its activity for verification. Using the ghost's name flagrantly before you know what kind of ghost it is will put you in a dangerous position against hostile ghosts like Onis or demons, or may make territorial jinns block you out of the area it's haunting indefinitely. Additionally, when asking questions, leave the ghost's name out of it. You will get better voice recognition by asking the question by itself. Tip number 7, a way out. Always have an escape route in mind in case you get attacked by the ghost. Keep the location of closets and lockers in mind at all times. If you don't have one nearby, you can loop most ghost types around couches, tables, and kitchen islands by constantly running. Note that revenants can catch you if you are alone, jinns can teleport to you if the breaker is on, and wraiths can sometimes go through walls to surprise you. Tip number 8, side hustle. The main and optional objectives provide the bulk of the cash you will get out of a job contract. Snapping photos of the main pieces of evidence, like fingerprints, and the ghost itself pays well. However, providing evidence of your other discoveries is a great way to pad your wallet. Photos of voodoo dolls, bone DNA, footprints, and Ouija boards also provide cash. Note that the Ouija board must be on and lit up when the photo is taken for credit. Tip number 9, Olympic torch. Smudge sticks can be lit 2 ways. Either by holding a lit lighter to your hand and pressing F with your crosshair on a smudge stick, or even better, activate a lighter in your inventory and then switch to a smudge stick in your hand and press F. Smudge sticks need to be lit in the room the ghost is haunting, but at the making this video, you can also hold it in your hand and run through a few rooms to get extra coverage. Smudge sticks were recently changed to no longer prevent hunting phases, as the crucifix already does this, but instead will give you a few extra seconds at the start of a hunting phase to find a hunting spot, which against some ghost types is crucial. Tip number 10, help, I'm stuck. If you find yourself out of ideas and lacking evidence, here's just a grab bag of tips. If you're looking for a response in the spirit box, make sure the lights are off, you are in the same room as the ghost, you are speaking slowly and clearly without using the ghost's name. You may also need to be alone to get a response. I see many players miss these details. Finding ghost orbs can take patience. Set up multiple camera angles, turn off the lights, turn off flashlights, and turn on night vision to spot them better. Sometimes ghost orbs won't appear until high activity levels are triggered or even during an attack. Ghosts can be angered and led to sinks or ghostwriting books to force them to interact. And that does it for this video. I hope these tips prove useful to you on your ghost hunting adventures. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you in the next one.